Hello all, hope this video finds you well. I'm Kevin Garrido, otherwise known as Mr. Garrido. I'm a student teacher from Teachers College over at Columbia University who has joined your young one's English class at Weequahic High School. Essentially, I'm a teacher in training who will be working with Ms. Pangaricione and your young ones. What this means is that I'll not only be observing your young one's classes but also be teaching them, basically acting as a second teacher within the classroom. The reason I'm making this video is because as a student teacher, one of the requirements for becoming a teacher is completing the EdTPA, which is an assessment made to evaluate my teaching. One of the requirements asked of in the EdTPA is a recording of me teaching a class. Now, I want to assure you that although your young ones will be included within the recording, the intention of the recording is to evaluate my teaching practices, not your young ones. Any names that will appear in the video, of course, will be edited out. So rest assured, the video recording will only be used for EdTPA purposes and for certification purposes. Now, normally I would require these forms to be sent out with your young ones to be filled, physically signed, and returned to me. However, we are currently living in not so normal times under the COVID-19 pandemic, which means I can't send these out to you physically. Thankfully, we have technology, so I can send these out digitally to be filled out. The issue now is how do you sign these forms on your devices? Well, if you have a smartphone, Android or iPhone, you can easily do it with an app called Adobe Fill and Sign. So in case you weren't aware of this app, I will show you how to download it and how to use it to fill out this form. Little side note, this app is very useful, especially when you want to sign a form quickly or if you don't have access to a printer, you could easily just use this to sign something digitally. Now, as mentioned, this app is available for both iPhones and Androids, so you don't have to worry about not being able to get it on your smartphone. Since, as you can see, I have an iPhone. You'll see how I download it and use it on an iPhone. It works pretty much in the same manner on both kind of devices, but I will provide you with another video that gives you a tutorial on how to use it on an Android device, since it looks slightly different and might be more helpful to you. All right, so for the first step, we're going to want to download Adobe Fill and Sign. We're going to go on the App Store, we're going to go on search, and we're going to want to look for Adobe Fill and Sign. It should pop up real quick. You select it. Now, normally it would show the selection where it says get on the side, but right now it shows a little cloud with an arrow. The reason is because I'd already downloaded this application and removed it for purposes of recording this video that I'm doing right now. But you'll just select the get icon right there just to download this app. Now, you don't have to worry about a price tag on this application. It's free, so just wait until this finishes downloading, and now it's done. And it should be on your phone. It's right there. Before we go on to the application, we are going to have to make sure that we have the form within our files. So most likely I will email this form to you. So you're going to look through your emails, access the form, and then here's the form on the email. Now to save it to your files, you're going to want to make sure you select the file itself, and it'll give you these options. You're going to select Save to Files, and you're going to save it wherever it's more accessible to you. I'm just going to save it under my Google Drive, under my Weequahic folder. So I'll save it there. And then I'm going to go to the Adobe Fill and Sign application. Since I have it signed, I have it filled, I have the form saved under my files. Now, it's immediately going to take you to this window. You don't have to worry about that. Just select Continue. Now it's going to take you to this other window, or it's going to ask you to input your Apple. So it's going to ask you at this point for your Apple account and for your Google account or for your Facebook account. But the reason it does this is because it makes it easier to access whichever account you give it so it can access the files under that account, but you don't have to worry about that right now. You can just exit out, just select X at the top. And now here, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to select the select a form to fill out icon at the top, where it's the little image of the paper with the plus sign. So select that so it can access your files. You select File Browser, and then it's going to take you to your files. I'm going to look for it under my folder for Weequake, and it should be here. Now, once you input the form into this app, it's going to immediately take you to this window where it's going to do a quick tutorial for you. You can do that. You don't need to worry about it right now because I'm actually going to show you how to use this myself. So we're just going to continue. Now, the most important thing that you need to know about this app is the little pen icon you're going to see at the bottom of the screen. That little pen icon is so you can create your signature to fill out this form. Now you're going to press that pen icon and it's going to give you these options. You're going to select Create Signature and it'll take you to this window where it says Sign Here. You're going to use your finger to draw your signature. Once you do that, you select Done at the corner, and then it's going to give you your signature on the form. Now, you're obviously going to want this signature on the space where it says parent guardian signature. So you're going to want to move the signature by selecting it and moving it across to the space where it should be. A good thing about this app is that it allows you to minimize or enlarge your signature using the little arrow icon on the selection. So you can just press that to make it larger, or you can make it to smaller. This looks like it's about a good size, so we'll just keep it here. Now we have our signature on the space that we need it to be. The little trash can icon you can see at the top, you can imagine it's to get rid of the signature that you've already inputted. Now, we're not done. At this point, what we want to do is we want to fill out the rest of the form. Now, at the top, it'll say to the parent or guardians of name of child. You're going to want to input the name of the child, of course, your young one. What you're going to want to do here is you're just simply going to select the underlined space. And then it's going to bring you to this window where it allows you to type in a name through your keyboard. So I'm going to type in a random name. You're obviously going to type in your child's name. I'm going to type in Will Smith. Now, the bar above the name, what it allows you to do is it allows you to make the signature smaller. As you can see, it gets smaller, or the larger A makes it much bigger. And of course, you can also move the name when you select it. You can move it around so you make sure it fits on the space nicely. So that looks fine. I'll leave it at that. This form is already going to come with my name on it, but just for the sake of practice, so you can see, we select the space where we're going to input the name, and I'm going to type in my name since I'm the student teacher. It's going to be Kevin Garrido. Now we need to move it so it fits nicely on the space. So I'm just going to select my name and just move it across. It fits right in the middle. That looks good. And now we're going to want to fill out the date. For the date, today is October 17th, 2020. To fill out the date, it's the same way we use to fill out the name. You just select the space that we're gonna want to fill out. So since today's the 17th of October, I'm going to put 10/17/2020. And if I want to, of course, I can just move the date a little so it fits nicely in the middle. Now, we're not done with this form. Please remember to select the portion where it says release for use of recordings and schoolwork, where it says circle either I do or do not give permission, this portion. So to do this, we're going to select whether the do or do not, either one of those. And in order to circle those in, we're just going to select the space that we're going to want to pick, which I imagine you'll pick do. Don't simply just press it and then let it go. Hold on to the part that you want to select, and then this bar will show up with the check mark, X, the dot, and the line and the circle. We're going to want to select the circle because we want to circle one of these. So we choose the circle, and then this little circle will pop up. We want to move it to select I do. That looks good. Now we're going to want to do that again. Remember to make sure to press it and hold on to it until this bar shows up. And select circle. We're going to want to move that since that's not on the do. Select the I do. Whoops. That's good. Do that again. Hold on to the do, and then this bar will pop up. The circle's there. We're going to want to move it. That's good. And for the last one, remember to select it and just hold on until this pops up and move the circle to the do. All right. So now the form is filled out. So remember, please don't forget to circle in the I do or do not portion of the release form. Now at this point, since we've already finished and this form is filled out, you're going to want to send it to me. That's where the icon at the bottom with the square and the arrow comes in. You select that icon and it'll give you the option to email it to me. So you can select the mail icon and it'll open you up to an email tab. At this point, you're going to want to select and input my email to send it to me directly. So my email is kg2837 at tc.columbia.edu. It's right there. Now, my email has been inputted to where it's going to be sent. As you can see, the email is already filled out and the form's right here. Since it's there, we can just have it sent. Now we're going to check if I received my email. I'm going to look through my emails, and there it is, the very first one. Here's the form that's filled out, and as you can see, it's successfully signed, and we're good to go. Hope this video was useful and helpful. Please do let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you guys stay safe, be good. Thank you so much for cooperating. I appreciate you guys so much.